Good morning. I'm Jackie Reamer and this is JR Elevates. It's really early, but my friend really wanted these scones, so I said that I'd make them for her. So these are for Jackie. Anyway, I'm gonna get started. We have a 1 1/4 cup of flour. I'm gonna pop this right into this bowl. Then we have 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And then we have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. All just tossed right in there. Shake it around. Now what I'm going to do, this is a little different. Usually people want you to rub your fingers in there and make little B's and P's, whatever. We're going to take a half a stick of butter, or this is 1 stick, but we're only going to grate half of it. We're going to grate it right into this flour here. If you can see it falling right in there, right? It's beautiful. Let's shake it around a little bit because we want it to keep a little bit separated, because that's what's going to help it get a little bit of flakiness in there. Its lightness. I learned this from a chef on YouTube. Isn't that funny? And I'm sharing it with you. I wish I could remember her name. She was awesome to watch. But this is an amazing tip. So here we go. And we've got this butter in with our flour. Perfect, perfect. Now I'm going to come over here, and I have 2 to 3 tablespoons of plain yogurt. And I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 1 teaspoon of almond extract right into that vanilla there, right into that, plain. Now it's vanilla yogurt, isn't it? But it was plain before I added the vanilla. And now I'm going to add enough cashew milk to make about a cup of liquid. A little bit more is okay too. I'm going to whisk that around a little bit. Get it all together. I'm going to add this a little bit at a time. So what I meant to tell you is one of the other tricks that chef said, I was getting a butter knife, is don't stick your hands in it. Mix it around with a butter knife. Don't put all the liquid in at once, because it smells really good. But mix it around. I'm going to add some more of this liquid. I have a feeling I'm just going to add it all. But when you're mixing it with the knife, it keeps it lighter rather than smashing it down with your hands. So we're going to get all of this incorporated here. I actually thought it would be a little bit wetter. I would have liked it to be a little bit wetter, actually. Oh, we still got a little bit of yogurt in there. So I'm going to go ahead and dig that out. Oh yeah, that's like another teaspoon. Cool. Perfect. Turn this around. Now that we've got everything pretty much together there, get that knife out of there. We are going to move on over to a cutting board I have right here. And I had a little bit of extra flour. I'm just going to put a little tiny bit out there with my hands. And then I'm going to drop this, oops, sorry, I should have let you see that, towards you, not me. And it's wet. It feels really, really wet, really, really damp. That's okay. Don't roll it out. Don't mess with it, right? Just get a little bit of flour around the edges, pat it so you can form it, get it nice and formed. Ooh, I want to flip it over is what I want to do, right? Get some more on the other side. Form this. You really don't want to mess with it too much, because then you're going to mess with the outcome of it, and that's not a good thing. I might have put a little too much flour, but that's okay. I have a pan here. that has parchment paper on it. So now that the pan is ready for the scones, we're gonna cut it in half one way. Again, it's pretty wet, so we wanna get that knife with a little bit of flour, cut it again, cut it again. And if you're familiar with scones, we're gonna cut them again and again. And I bet you can guess how many more times that we cut them, right? 1 and 2. Oh my God, you're so smart. So then we just handle them lightly, put them on the parchment. They're not gonna break. And we have the oven set at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Ooh, I wish I knew the Celsius. I really need to learn that. So we have these here. Some people would give them an egg wash. I'm not going to. It's just added calories and stuff. And I want my calories to be in the icing and the almonds that top it later. So we're going to put this in a 400 degree oven for about 15 minutes. You can follow me to the oven. I'm in my robe. Don't look at me. So we're going to put these in here. I'm going to set it for 15 minutes and then we'll check it. We'll be right back. So while I'm sitting here having my orange juice, I thought, well, maybe I'll make the icing for the almond scones because I think that would really go well together, don't you? An orange kind of citrusy with the almond and then some slivered almonds stuck to that icing. I think it would be good too. Anyway, let's get started and make that. I have a little bowl. I have about a cup of icing sugar. I'll toss that right in that bowl. For some reason, I'm really into teeny tiny things right now. So I have like a couple teaspoons of orange juice and I'm just gonna stir that around. And I want it to, sometimes it gets really liquidy really quickly. So let's get that in there. And I might need a little bit more than a few tablespoons. If all you have on hand is a few tablespoons and you use it all, then you can always add some water. But I actually have a little bit more juice, so I'm going to add a tiny bit more juice. Isn't this the cutest little whisk? I think they're for making drinks or stirring drinks or something. But I think it's really cool. I could pretend that, you know, I'm making dollhouse stuff or something. But see how that's nice and smooth? That's how we want that. We want that to be nice and smooth, to fall right through the little whisk like that. That's perfect. So then we're going to set this aside and wait for our scones. Aren't these beautiful? Oh my gosh, they look beautiful. They smell even better. Now that they're done, I've cooked them. I said 15 minutes. It was closer to 19 minutes. Just check them, make sure ovens are different. I'm going to let these cool, and then we're going to go ahead and put some icing on. Okay, these look beautiful. Look at this color on the bottom, right? They're cooled now. I think they were a total of 19 minutes. So we're going to take this, and we have our icing over here. So we're going to mix our icing up a little bit. We made that earlier with the icing sugar and the orange juice. So we're just gonna, I'd normally pipe it on, but I really didn't feel like it today. I'm not really sure why. And then you're just gonna stick a few of the slivered almonds on. Look how beautiful that looks. What a beautiful scone. And once the icing settles and stuff, then it'll solidify on there nicely. If my friend Jackie sees this video, she will know that she should call me and I can bring her some tomorrow. But now that I have a proper scone, I think I'm going to start my Sunday right and go in search of a proper cup of tea. Or a proper cup of tea. So we'll see you next time on JR Elevates. Have a good Sunday.